Hey good people, hope you've been well. It's good to be back to YouTube. I think I took a break, I did take a break from creating YouTube videos, which I really enjoy. I was just trying to get myself acclimatized to the Reels, Instagram, technology is changing so fast, trying to keep up and remain relevant, not keep up in terms of doing what everyone else is doing, but just staying relevant in the field that I am in, which is social media space. And so I'm back to YouTube, which I really enjoy. I love educating, I love teaching, which is my first love. So I'm glad to be back, and in today's video I'm going to talk about the misconception that is etiquette. I know I just went straight to doing etiquette reels and you guys know where I was coming from. So today I'm going to talk about the misconception of etiquette and how I ended up being interested in etiquette. Currently I'm in school doing some etiquette courses. So that's what I'm going to talk about, the misconception of etiquette, or the misconception that is etiquette. How did I get interested to be an etiquette coach? It came through my traveling around the world, and I realized that there are so many rules, social rules, that I was not aware of because I'm Kenyan and I grew up in Kenya. And so when I travel around the world, I realized there's so many faux pas that I used to do, so many etiquette mistakes that I used to do. But I found it interesting. It challenged me to learn, and I got really interested in etiquette as a career, being a coach, and that's how it started. Like I said, I'm currently doing a course and I'll finish soon. In November, I'll get certified. And life is just about reinventing yourself and learning new things. And that's how I bumped into etiquette, and my interest grew over time. And obviously, being an image consultant, image is just not about how you look, but it's how you behave, how you treat people, how you respect others. And so it came naturally for me to get interested in etiquette. So etiquette is just basically manners and socially acceptable rules and behavior and how we relate with people. We are naturally social beings, and so socialization is part of us as human beings. So it is just how you treat the people around you. Are you treating them with kindness, with respect? Are you ensuring that the person next to you, you're not making them uncomfortable, you're not disrespecting them? It's about thinking of yourself out of your head. It's not about you, it's about the people around you. It's about the relationships you build, everyday interaction. And so that's what etiquette is. It's basically good manners, acceptable social behavior, ensuring that you're not disrespecting anyone or you're not being rude to anyone, because it's not necessary. The world is already a very harsh place. It is only logical or only reasonable to be kind to one another, to try and make the world an easier and a better place to live in. So different cultures have different etiquette rules. Whatever is acceptable in one society might not be acceptable in another. Why is it important to be able to understand what is a socially acceptable rule in a different environment from yours? It's just a matter of ensuring that you treat people kindly, treat people the way you'd like to be treated. And so in the world of today, where it's a global village, we are all moving from one country to another, moving from one continent to another is made easier. We travel a lot. Business-wise, we are doing business with other countries. In terms of even going to school, our children are going to school in other countries. So it's just about understanding how different cultures work, what is socially acceptable, and being able to be confident and comfortable in whatever situation you are in, be it social, be it business, be it in school, be it in meetings. Nowadays, companies have different base of operations. We have, for example, Vodafone, Safaricom, and sometimes you're sent to work with colleagues in other countries. And so it's important to understand the social rules of that society and to be able to be comfortable, relate well, so that you can get the job done. So it's not just about understanding the rules, it's also important to ask why. The history behind a rule is important. Then it makes it easier for one to adopt that rule and to be able to do it without feeling like it's outdated, without feeling like someone is controlling you, and without feeling like it's stiff and ancient. So quick story time. When it comes to dining etiquette, normally for most Americans and Europeans, you usually put your hands on your lap when you're at the dinner table, eating and dining and socializing at the dinner table. But in France, the French actually put their hands on the table. Where did it come from? It came from ancient times during the reign of King Louis XIV. He didn't trust the people working around him, and so he came up with a rule where when dining, especially those days when they had those long dinner tables, you need to put your hand on the table where he can see them, because he was really afraid of them poisoning him. And so what happened over time, the French accepted and adopted that rule, and now when it comes to dining etiquette in their country, and you know how they value food, socializing, and their wine, you have to put your hands on the table. And so once you understand that, then you're able to then understand the people in that society, understand where the rule came from, understand why you're doing it, and it comes naturally. So once you understand the why, then it's easier to do the what. And so I find it very, very interesting, and also it opens my mind, and I don't think myself just as my country, just as Kenya or Africa. Then I become a global citizen, and I'm able to relate with everyone around the world. Definitely you might not know all the rules, and it's normal to make mistakes, obvious mistakes, but you live and learn. And as usual, we say only a fool doesn't change. And so for me, that's why etiquette is very, very exciting. Have you ever embarrassed yourself or not made a good first impression? And that's why etiquette is there. Making good first impressions is usually very important. Sometimes you don't have a chance to get a do-over, to do it all over again. Let me give an example. For example, you're at your workplace and you've been put in charge of maybe having a business meeting with a very important client, and you're supposed to close the deal. Once you understand business etiquette, then you're able to go for that meeting, be comfortable, be confident, close the deal, know what to do on that business lunch, know what is appropriate and what is not. And don't forget, every society has its own ways of doing business. So giving an example that is close to home, for us Kenyans, we're not very specific when it comes to time. For the British, they're very specific on time. So if I was having my business lunch with a British, then I'd ensure I keep time, because then again, it will cost me a good first impression, and it might just cost me the business. So every culture has its own specific etiquette. Ensure you are careful and you're aware with who you're meeting, their culture, their society, and what they value in their society and what they deem respectful or not. And that requires you learning, doing your homework, being interested, and also, like I said, mistakes are made, but then we learn from them. In what areas of our life do we need etiquette? I strongly believe we need etiquette in all areas of our life: socially, business-wise, corporate, dining etiquette, telephone etiquette, email etiquette. It is in all areas of your life. Practice makes perfect. You have to practice the muscle. So you need to learn about different forms of etiquette, read about them, educate yourself. You can do a course like I'm doing, and then practice it. You don't always get it right. I struggle with some, but then you make it your everyday life. And so it's practice. Practice makes perfect. And people always ask, does it make you stiff? Does it make you very conscious and aware? No, it becomes the way you learn how to drive. It becomes common nature. It becomes natural to you. That's a thing with etiquette. You need to practice it and consciously practice it. Finally, it's just about not being stuck in your ways. The world is a global village. We want to learn to educate ourselves. We want to be able to interact with everyone around the world. It's about being polite, being kind, being courteous. It's never harmed anyone to be kind. Kindness has never killed. It's about respecting each other, respecting each other's boundaries, respecting each other's cultures. And that's why I find etiquette so fascinating, and I'll be talking more about it on this channel. I'll be learning. It's not a perfect curve. I'll be also relating with other etiquette coaches. We have them in Kenya. I'll be bringing them on the channel because we can learn from each other. And also I'll be taking requests of the different forms of etiquette you'd like me to talk about. Like I said, there's office etiquette, business etiquette, dining etiquette. It's amazing. We need etiquette everywhere in our lives, around our lives. And at the end of the day, it's always important to be able to advance your career, advance yourself, learn new experiences, and be confident, like I said, in whatever situation. And that's what etiquette is about. I hope today you've learned why I enjoy etiquette, and I hope you've been educated and understand that etiquette is not about being a slave to rules, or being a slave, or being stiff or old-fashioned. And I hope you embrace it more, and I can't wait to hear from you what you think and what you think about etiquette and this new path I am taking, which is also part of image. Again, like I said, it's just about how you look. It's about how you relate with people, how you respect them. And I hope you join me in this journey. Until next time, guys, God bless.